Okay, got a new airplane. It's the Beechcraft Hawker Premier 1A, and it's made by Coronado, who is one of the top developers in flight simulation airplanes. And everything they do is pretty much outstanding. So it's a light jet. This baby's a beaut. I just took off out of Vegas. Feel out flight. I mean, it took off. It just perfectly. I mean, I'm sitting here flying manual, and this thing is just sweet. Handles so nice. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that dash. Oh my Lord. Frame rates seem to be real good. I'm locked in about 45, which is perfect for VR. Like I said, when Vulkan comes out, things will get better. But look at the smoothness. So I bought a Cessna Mustang 2, similar aircraft. This one just beats it hands down. No ands, ifs, or buts. So I don't want to lose my airport. I'm just going to circle around a little bit over Vegas, test fly. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this thing does not have thrust reverse. I didn't think I would like that, but kind of playing around with things, I do have a spoiler. It doesn't show a lever. I'm going to have to. It's got a speed brake button that I can activate with my quadrant. Flat buttons work okay. Throttle works okay. Oh my goodness. I like it. You should see this in VR. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's the airport. So it's got a better FMS system, I do believe. I think Coronado does that in all their aircraft. So I'll need to study up on that. It's probably going to be better than the default, I know for sure, but I've never studied it much. So look at that. Little decal on the window. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous. Okay, so I've been kind of looking for a plane I can, get over into the right seat and fly. So we'll slide over that way nice and easy. This does not have a steering tiller, so that means when you're on the ground, you steer with the rudders, which is kind of what I'm looking for. Oh my goodness, this one takes my breath. Oh man. I'd have known how nice this was, I'd have gone for it right away. Not even wasted my time with the Mustang. Okay, so there's a guy on YouTube, Premier One Driver is his name. He has this airplane, and he does all kinds of videos of real flights. He's the one that did the 360 video that just blew me away. You ought to see that in VR. That's pretty cool. Sitting right there with him in this thing, just like this airplane. So I subscribe to his channel, so I'll go back and start watching his videos, because he goes through different things on his aircraft and explains things, and then you fly along, and I mean, he has some pretty nice flights. I believe he's down in Florida, but he goes lots of places. Man, this is an incredible airplane. I didn't think I would like the way the windshield forms around you, but man, it's nice. There's one more small jet out there. It's a Citation 550, but it's got real tall windows. I'm kind of afraid it might not give me the look that I like, but you know, the view out the windows and stuff. But I don't know. I might have to give it a chance. I'll tell you what. Once I learn this airplane, I'll probably fly it more than I will my Challenger. That's what it's all about, you know, when you got all the airplanes at your disposal, you can get what you want for, you know, nothing compared to the real cost of one. And then the experience. Oh. It's sitting just right in the seat. The headrests are in the right position. The view's perfect. Over the dash like I like. Oh my gosh. Look at that dash. Okay, so far to date, this is probably the most photoreal airplane I've got. Okay, so let's do a little landing practice. See if I can even get it in there. I don't even know its range. I don't know anything about this thing. So let's back down power a little touch. We'll kick her around to the right, lose a little altitude. I don't even know my flap settings. Oh, the butt kicker feels so good. Just backing off the throttle, banking a little bit, and I could feel this thing. This might be my new go-to airplane. Oh man. Let's see if we can get a flap drop without tearing something up here. Good. There's the button, and then you got the actual there, the indicator. How sweet. No guessing. I'm assuming around 140 approach, 160. What touchdowns would be. About good, probably. Yeah, she's good and smooth. Have a small cockpit, you know, it's tight, not real big like a airliner, but I mean, it's the right perspective, hands down. Let's do another flap. Not misbehaving. Get some gear down. man, you can feel it. Feel that gear down in the that last flap. Yeah, she's not going crazy. So it's got a lift dump instead of thrust reversers. I'm not sure how to activate that. I think I could probably go into the settings and... Oh man, I am impressed. Oh, she just floats. Thing I need to do, I unchecked experimental flight model in the settings. I need to go back and do that. That adds in a bunch of physics to the airplane. Left side. Well, I'll tell you what, if you're all interested in virtual reality flight, you need to come to my house and check this one out. We got some nice sun visors here. Hit me on the head there. I almost feel that sucker rubbing my hairdo. Approaching the Vegas. Yeah, she handles like a dream.
Approaching 19 left.
Yeah, we got a little wind from the right rear back there. Not very bad. That's what caused me to crash the other day. Yeah, I did take this to the islands. Go to Manila. 130. I don't know what my landing speed really is. Seems to take it real well. Oh my goodness. What a semi. Hey, there I go driving by. What am I doing in Vegas? See how she lands. Oh, good perception. Look at that. Oh yeah. Float, 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 float. 100.
Long landing. Long landing.
Look at that.
6,000 feet remaining.
Oh yeah. Oh, the flight model. I don't know how to do lift up. I'm going to leave that alone. We'll spoil it.
4,000 remaining.
It'll roll out. I'll taxi back. Check those settings.
3,000 remaining.
Do another takeoff. She likes to roll down the runway. Sweet. See how she handles on the ground. Not used to steering with my feet. Not bad. Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. Alright, we'll taxi back to that runway, set up, check a couple things on the settings. Oh, she taxis good. Okay. Flaps 1.
Up to flaps 1.
Thank you. Alright. I'm going to check these real quick. Oh my goodness. One more to go do. Let's see, that's going to be general. Requires aircraft reload. Okay, so I'll get up here to the runway and reload it. Oh my goodness. She's a beaut. I didn't think I would like it that well. Oh my. Don't know what that does. Better not touch it. Don't touch no buttons yet. Jack with the scenery a little bit. Back to business. Okay. Taxis nicely. Love it. So, I need to get, when we build the sim pit, we're going to have it set up so I can jump over to the right seat, you know, efficiently and set up for first officer stuff. So, that will give me the opportunity to start using the left controller and get kind of used to working with my left hand over there. The only issue I'm going to have is on my yoke, my real yoke, I have a nose trim button that's on the left side. So on the right side, the trim button's on the right of the yoke. And I cannot, there is no way to go in and change that on the Precision Flight Control yoke. That's just disappointing. I was able to do it back in the day at FS9, but I don't know what it is. Might be, you know, partly because I'm running some old serial controls via a USB adapter. But, you know, that's okay. I'll figure something out. But it's, you know, it's real important because throttle, you know, you'll have your left hand on the throttle, so you'll have to go back to the yoke for trimming, you know, and coming in on approaches, you want that trim button right there under your thumb. Man, this taxi's nice. Okay, better slow her down. I'm going to get up here and let's check toe brakes. Didn't hear no squeaks, no squeals. Normally you hear light touch, and it just stopped fine. Not used to steering with the feet, but I mean, it's hardly any rudder. Give her a little left engine. I've got the flight characteristics on the aircraft set to fully real. Same thing on the controls. So that's what I like. You let off the brakes and you get a slight roll. That's pretty neat. All right, let's set the brake while I do this. Bear with me a sec, please. Got real world going on. I'll go to 26 right, confirm, start new flight. Hopefully this is recording properly.
On runway 26 right, flaps, flaps.
So they should have the new experimental flight model activated. Basically, that's just new physics when he updates X-Plane. You get all kinds of cool experiments. You can go to Michael Brown there at YouTube, and they do explanation videos on everything. Pretty interesting stuff. You like to geek out like I do. All right, I got flap. Now let's set the flap. So I'm used to reaching over to the right. Now I go to the left. There's nothing there. I got things swapped over. Okay, controls. Here we go. Listen to them engines.
On runway 26 right. On runway 26 right.
Try again. Little fire. Nice long roll. Mark that. It's pretty real. Oh, she just comes right up. Hello, Vegas. Flaps up. We got her. Oh.
Terrain, terrain. Terrain, terrain.
Okay.
Terrain, terrain. Terrain, terrain. Terrain, terrain. Terrain, terrain. Terrain, terrain. Terrain, terrain.
Didn't like my sharp turn. Every time I roll like that, I feel it. Bank them wings. Right now, I kind of schmooze down. I can feel like little bumps in the air and stuff through my butt kicker. Yeah, she rolls easy. Woo! She's not crazy. So I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Where'd I sign? Okay, so you know, sitting here thinking about it. You know, the real airplane costs, I don't know, mil, more, who knows. So I picked this puppy up for $39.95. $39.95. That's $39.45.
Terrain.
In what world
Terrain.
can one own a
Terrain.
Hawker
Terrain,
Beechcraft
terrain.
Premier 1A?
Terrain.
I guess it sees that mountain up ahead.
Terrain.
Okay.
Terrain.
Drop a flapper.
Terrain.
Okay, so I can get in here, get her parked. I'll make sure the video recorded, and then go ahead and post it. Look at that detail up here on the windshield. Oh my goodness, windshield heat. Oh. Flaps too.
Airspeed too high to operate the flaps.
Ooh. Well, let's just do it myself. There, say nothing fell off, nothing broke. Thank you for your concern, though. Anyway, huh? Get them gears down. So probably closer to 100 on landing. Now I can go watch Premier One Driver's videos and watch how he handles the plane. Go for the right side. Here's my shadow.
Sink rate.
Okay, so that's
Sink
like
rate.
120, so 130, 140 approach. It's 125. Nice. How to operate that lift up. Have to set a button up for it. Maybe that lift dump will help slow it down a little quicker. That's the thrust reverse. Alright, I'll get over here and jump out, park, give you an external look, and shut her down. Gotta go get the groceries, get the shower, go get groceries, and then try to get over to the junkyard and find a seat for the sim pit today. Get that to Eddie so we can start phase 2 of it. What I like about private jets, I don't have to park at the gates. I could just come over here and find me a building and park. Usually I like to park where there's limos. Getting spoiled. And I'll tell you what. So I'm not going to give up on the Mustang. But I'll tell you what, compared to this, I'll be in this. Yeah. I kind of sort of know how to shut the engines down. You don't want to do that yet. Okay, let's center back up. Sorry about that. Okay. Go. Probably the APU still running. Don't know how to shut any of that down. So okay, let's there now. So I don't like when there's no quick spot.